do worry about what we're doing to our world. Every small action adds up. And what are we setting up for our children? With the world on fire, ice melting, it's easy to sit in a small community on a small island in the English Channel and feel paralysed with climate anxiety. What chance have 60,000 people on 28 square kilometres got? Surely it's the large factories in China and the US. That's where the effect will change things. Yes, it's important that those changes are made in those jurisdictions, but in the meantime, we should remember that ants can move mountains. If we plant seeds of individual responsibility, we can change things. In a time when the macro breaking down into the micro, whether in plastics or politics, is detrimental to all of us, we can help to reverse that by taking micro actions to produce macro solutions. People live in a time of climate anxiety and sometimes you feel powerless and you think, well, what can we do? You sort of think of contagion being the rubbish and the litter and something infectious. It's a wonderful thing to be infected with, is this kind of community spirit.
Well, it's exactly what Greta Thunberg did. There are pictures of her on social media sitting all on her own for her first ever protest. Who would have thought a year later she'd have the whole world behind her? Or most of the thinking world, at least, we should say.
I'm an immigrant to Guernsey, an economic migrant, forced effectively away from the country that I grew up in as the situation deteriorated in the economy and in the general safety of the country. It was a beautiful place to grow up in, and people were very serious about conservation and looking after nature. Obviously that changed in the later years of the Mugabe regime. Landing in Guernsey, I found a wonderful sense of community, great pride in the island, and it's clean by international standards. But in a time of climate anxiety, I want to make sure that that is preserved for our future generations, for our children, and we can all do our little bit. We live in a beautiful world, and some of us are very privileged to live in an especially beautiful part of it. And I feel very privileged to live in Guernsey. But I do worry about what we're doing to our world.